Time is it working, huh? Yeah? Good, good. How about you guys over here? Those mushrooms kicking in, yeah? I can always tell the ones on the mushrooms in the crowd. They laugh really fucked up, man, you know? So, see what I mean? They're kicking in. That's good. Here we go. Hey, we're going to keep the fun rolling right along. The next, I almost said cop. The next comedian to come to the stage is actually an ex-cop. I always wonder, man, when they're a cop, if they had their finger in somebody's butt, you know? I don't know, maybe it's just me. But hey, he's an ex-cop turned hipster. Please put your hands together and welcome to the stage, West Side Ken.
Bob Watson. I was wondering, that name Bob Watson was sticking in my head. I worked for Medical Mutual and I realized I'd seen that name from a proctologist 14 times in one calendar year. So I'm Westside Ken. I grew up on the west side of Cleveland. I'm divorced. You're supposed to cheer for that, man. It's a great club. We meet on Thursday nights, Friday nights, Saturday nights, and Sunday nights. There's too many of us for one room. So I was married for 22 years, and I actually never saw the divorce coming. I should have known something was amiss when she started sleeping in a separate bed, 6 miles away, at her boyfriend's house. Oh, did you guys hear the news? Ted Kaczynski died today?
Yeah.
Ted Kaczynski, that dude was the bomb, man. I wrote that joke on the way down here, man. He lived to be 81 years old, man. They blow up so fast. I'm surprised he lived that long, honestly. I mean, he was not well liked in prison. I'm surprised he wasn't shanked with a shiv in the shower. Try saying that 3 times fast. Shanked with a shiv in the shower. Shit. So I'm going through, we can't say it's a midlife crisis. I'm not going to live to be 108 years old, so we'll call it a 2/3 life crisis. Now, when I was younger, they used to call me Kenny. I was cute and adorable, but I grew up and transformed myself into the ne'er-do-well, miscreant, rapscallion you see before you today, Westside Ken. The old me, the old Kenny, never broke the rules. Never crossed against a traffic light, always drove with my hands at 10 and 2, that's right. Nowadays, Westside Ken, rolling. Heading down here today, I actually got a ticket. You're supposed to feel sad for me, man. Thank you. It's all right, I get a ticket every time. That's the only way this joke works. So the cop rolls up to the window, walks up to my window. I roll the window down. Nobody rolls the window down like this. Let's just roll it back up and use the power button. So he comes to the window. He looks at me, he says, "You know you ran the red light?" Now I should preface this by saying, I do not like to wear my glasses when I drive. So he says, "You know you ran the red light?" And of course I couldn't see the red light because I didn't have my glasses on. He looks in my eyes, he says, "Sir, your eyes are bloodshot. Have you been drinking?" Now normally, passive old me would have said, "No, officer, I haven't been drinking." But Westside Ken decided to tell him, "Officer, your eyes are glazed. You been eating donuts?" He looks at my driver's license, he said, "You're supposed to have glasses." Well, I don't want to get the ticket, so I tell him, "Well, I got contacts." He goes, "I don't care who you know, you're still getting the ticket." So, as part of my midlife, 2/3 life crisis, I bought a Jeep. Big ass Jeep, 33s, 2-inch suspension lift, 2-inch body lift. It's a stick shift. Everybody knows how to drive a stick shift. So I have the Jeep, which is a 6-speed with a stick shift. I also have a Kia Soul. I get in the Soul today, and I'm so used to driving the Jeep, which is a stick shift. This is a true story. I'm pulling out of the driveway, and I go to hit the clutch, which is actually the brake in the Kia. Smack right into the steering wheel. Yeah, Chris thinks it's funny. So I got some tattoos as part of this midlife crisis. I got some piercings. I can see you trying to figure out where them piercings are, sister. Just keep your eyes up here, huh? I had to get the Jeep because my old car, finally, after 28 years, broke down. 1995 Ford Escort. I love that car. Had it for 28 years, it had 310,000 miles on it. I wanted to get it fixed, but I talked to the mechanic and she said, that's right, I have a female mechanic. She said that I need to find a Ford Escort specialist. Where does one find a Ford Escort specialist? On the Googles. So I'm looking on Google under escort services. She was no help whatsoever. She said she needed $150 just to come out. Guessing that was some kind of diagnostic fee or something. So, I do like the fact that women are doing more jobs that are traditionally men's jobs. Sucking up to half the audience here. Again, my mechanic is a female, true story. I have a butcher that's a female butcher, and I was gonna make gyros at home. I love to cook, so I was gonna make gyros at home. But she told me that there was a shortage of lamb meat. Like a shortage of lamb meat, she said she'll have to order it, so I just gotta wait for my sheep to come in. Yeah, that's scratch from the next set. There are women firefighters, and there's hose jokes in there, but I will not go there. And female cops. I used to be a cop. I don't really like to talk about that because cops aren't very well liked nowadays. So I'm just going to gloss right over that and tell you that I got pulled over again because it works for the joke. And the cop walks up to the window and she said, "You're speeding, 42 and a 25. And oh, no wonder everything's so blurry. I thought it was those 3 vodka tonics. She said, "Where are you heading in such a hurry?" And I told her, "Well, to be honest with you, I'm on a booty call, and I have no idea how long this erection's gonna last." And that, honest to God, is a true story. It wasn't a female cop, but it was a male cop that I happened to know when I was on the police department, so that worked for that. I feel like I'm destined for something better, bigger. I'm a security guard now. Better than just being a security guard in a stuffed animal warehouse. I've had a lot of jobs. I used to work at Pfizer in the Viagra department. Got fired for sampling the merchandise. Took me into human resources. I told her it made me a harder worker. I used to work for the Cleveland Browns as a left guard. Not a left guard, a security guard. I worked at the garbage dump, 16 straight hours. It was only $12 an hour, but it was all you could eat. Tried to pitch some shows to the Food Network. I had one about an Asian single father who cooked exclusively in Chinese cookware. It would have been called The Walking Dad. Or a family that sustained, is that the right word? That sustained only on shrimp. It would have been called Prawn Stars. I tried to be an inventor. I actually invented you may have seen this, it's a file to file down your dog's nails so you don't have to clip them. There was something in the marketing, because I called mine a pedophile, and it did not sell well. Thanks for that, that's my favorite joke. You know what? I gotta end on that. I appreciate your time, Westside Ken. Hey, westsideken.com. www.westsideken.com.
Give it up, ladies and gentlemen.